Journal party live, let's groove and vibe. Come on now. Hands on fire, thoughts taking flight. Together we shine, words intertwine. Get funky. Journal party live, it's journaling time.
Hey, what is up, party
Hi,
people?
guys.
Look, we're somewhere different, like we are always. All right, everyone. As per usual, we'll give everyone a few minutes to trickle in and say what's up in the chat. Let us know who's here, what you've been up to this week, how you found us if you're new. If you're new, so we can give you a good, warm welcome, and we'll get this party started in a little bit.
You want to pull up the chat room? So I can-
It's there.
Oh, I can't see it.
What is
Can you
up,
put it on the
Deidre?
side?
What is good?
Hello.
All right, we got different music stations now. I kind of like my old music. Might make more. All right. Kathy, what's good?
Hello.
How you
Good
been?
evening.
How's your week been? Let us know. Francis.
Hello.
Hello. All right, we're getting a few more people trickling in. We're on TikTok again this evening. If you prefer a mobile vertical format, we gotta squeeze our heads together for that one.
Sorry. Our chairs don't even get closer.
Yeah, get closer.
Okay.
But also now you're behind the chat on the big one, so you gotta.
Oh, well.
I think the mobile
It's as
folks
good
will
as
figure
it's
it
gonna
out.
get
Yeah.
right now.
Got Brie Loves in the house.
There.
Jackie, been absent a little while. Well, glad you made it.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Is everyone familiar with the topic that we're going to be journaling through this evening? This one's kind of interesting. I was curious if people were going to be interested in joining us on this one. I know a lot of us are creative folks and have little projects that we're working on or that we've been wanting to work on and thinking about, and for whatever reason, those things kind of get away from us. And so I think tonight's going to be fun for those folks because we're going to create a little space, or as the program's called, give your idea a doorway. Right? Here we go. We'll switch back for a minute while we're hanging out, waiting for quorum here. Lauren, hello.
Hi there. Kathy, you're recuperating from the weekend and dealing with the rain. Oh,
Yikes.
no.
I feel like every time we get on here, everyone's got like crazy weather
Oh,
happening.
yeah. California is supposed to get insane rains this fall, so that should be fun. We are not built for that kind of rain, so a lot of our infrastructure suffers every time we have
Well,
big rains.
good. Maybe they'll build new.
Yeah,
infrastructure.
maybe they'll update everything.
Yeah.
All of our pipes are bursting. We gotta.
Was that because of rain?
No,
Huh.
but just
Just old.
just everything's old, and we need to update.
Awesome.
So yeah, guys, we're in a hotel temporarily. We were in an Airbnb. We're okay. Yeah, but then TikTok. I see that I'm all the way out here.
It's all right. We got most of our people
Okay.
on YouTube right now.
Anyways.
Until TikTok starts
So,
blessing us with the
We're
traffic.
just temporarily in a hotel today, and hopefully we'll be in another Airbnb soon, and then hopefully a home. So we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully at home. Back in our old stomping grounds. It's funny. Anyone seen The Odyssey yet? I've been thinking about that movie a lot lately because we've been on our own little odyssey. We were like, you know what? We're getting out of LA, and we spent 3 months going all over and getting all sorts of different, kinds of sidetracked and all sorts of challenges and perils, only to make our way back home. And we're gonna stay in LA, I
We
think.
got overwhelmed and said, we need to be by our friends and family in LA.
Yeah.
We need the support. So here we are back again in LA.
It's a really good learning
Yeah.
lesson for us, though. I mean,
It's nice to explore, but
Totally.
LA is our chosen home, as my friend said it. And I have a complicated relationship with LA, so I'm gonna
I
learn
think
how to
everyone in LA does.
love it again. So I'm on this journey to love it once more since I've decided to stay put. So
I'm actually leaning into it and really liking it. You know, it's funny, the hotel that we're staying at, I actually used to live in the apartment complex right next door. These are like my old stomping grounds from my early 20s when I first like came out here, and it's weird to see like I, it kind of feels like looking at like a ghost, like not in like a scary or like sad kind of way, but like, you know, just it's weird how like the places that we've like spent a lot of time in some ways, like we can haunt them ourselves. I don't know. It's kind of.
and I was born down the street, so yeah, we are going way back.
Yeah. Well, you know, it feels good. It feels good to be back.
I think we should maybe get started.
Gabby
I
said,
am ready to
how do
journal.
you resist from buying a journal or a hardbound notebook you've been eyeing? You don't. You get
don't.
it.
You just get it. Yeah. That's our official advice. You just get it.
Melissa's with us on that one. All right, cool. Well, let's queue up this program here. Let us know if there's any newbies in the house, but typically this is where I explain what's going on. So we've got the Journal Party Guided Journaling app, or platform, I should say, since this is the web version. But we do have mobile apps available if you want, on Apple App Store and Google Play. But tonight we're going to be streaming the web-based version for everyone this evening. And the program that we're going to be doing is one of our newer programs. It's called Give Your Idea a Doorway. And the idea, I was kind of discussing this a little bit earlier, is to, you know, bring up a project that you've had in mind or something that you've been working on that maybe has kind of like gotten away from you a little bit. And so we're going to create a little bit of space to explore that program. Hey, look, maybe it's not something you actually do want to explore, but, you know, I think give yourself a little bit of time, and we'll figure out where it fits into your life and how to best approach it, you know, given your specific set of circumstances. I have a mixed feelings about this program personally, because one of like the biggest things that I've had to work on personally is not doing every idea, but I get a lot of people asking me like, well, how do you do any idea? And so, you know, hopefully we can kind of meet in the middle, and I'm really excited to hear about what everyone's working on, and we can, you know, plug some of our stuff a little bit and share. And I know this is a really creative bunch, so I think this will be a lot of fun. So go ahead, grab your notebook, your journal, pen. Alex has some spare notes or some spare pages from my journal this evening. You know what? We get a lot of people asking, like, what do you write on? Like, there is no perfect notebook. Like, yeah, sure, get something you love, but like sometimes, like, it's just the magic of writing in general, you know. So,
and if you forget your journal, you can just use a nice piece of
exactly.
paper.
Beautiful. Alrighty, folks. We got 6 prompts coming at you this evening. Not all of them are going to be 5 minutes long or anything like that. It's a total of 23 minutes of journaling that we're going to do. And then at the very end, we can all hang out and share our insights and all the stuff that we've been working on. All right. Alex, do you want to do the odds or the evens tonight?
I'll start us off.
You'll start us off.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I'll do odds.
Get ready.
Pick one stalled thing. Choose one idea, project, or task that still has a little life in it. It can be creative, practical, or personal. Write the name of it and one sentence about where you left off. No need to explain the whole history.
Next prompt. Name the poll. Write why this thing still has your attention. What feels useful, fun, important, relieving, or unfinished about it? Let the reason be small if that is what feels true.
Find the first inch. Describe the smallest visible piece of progress you could make. Think of a step that would take 10 minutes or less, such as opening the file, setting out one tool, rereading one paragraph, or choosing one next question.
Clear one catch. Write the one snag that makes starting feel heavier than it needs to be. Then write one way to shrink that snag for your next attempt.
Make the doorway. Turn the first inch into a clear doorway. Write when and where you could begin, what will already be ready, and what would count as enough for the first return.
Leave it easy. Finish with a short note to your future self. Write the first move, the place to begin, and one sentence that makes the return feel friendly instead of dramatic. All right, party people. Did anyone hear that craziness with the music station that we had going
Sorry
on?
about that. That wasn't a pleasant way to end the session.
Nice and relaxing way to end your journaling session. Anyway, folks, as the pig has to say, you showed up and you should be proud. You gave your idea a doorway, and now we want to hear about it. So let us know in the chat what was coming up for you, what you've been working on or haven't been working on, and what are your plans for doing it? You know, what gets in the way? That was a fun question for me, like actually pick apart, like, what is the resistance? I always like to look resistance right in the face. It's not always a pleasant experience, but you know, you can get through anything in the here and now. And I think, you know, hopefully if you have ideas that are worth working on and you want to breathe some life into them, hopefully this was eye-opening and you can, you know, find some ways to pierce through all that stuff. So what were I'm curious, what was your project that you're doing?
Yeah, so this was actually really great timing because I had a little bit of a breakthrough the other day while I was hanging out with my niece, and I was trying to explain to her what the documentary Grey Gardens is about. We were out thrifting and there was this really interesting outfit I saw and I was like, oh, that reminds me of Grey Gardens. And she's like, well, what is that? And I thought it would be fun to do a series. I've always loved pop culture and Hollywood history and just little tidbits of history where essentially, the premise for me is explaining to my niece, who is a teenager, who these people are, what this is, the cultural significance of it. I'm not sure how many of you folks out there have seen the Grey Gardens documentary. It is fascinating.
What is this? I don't
Oh my
even
God,
know.
you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, see, this is why I need to do this series. So Grey Gardens is this documentary about these two very kooky, very extravagant women who come from high society. Actually, one of them is the aunt of Jackie Onassis Kennedy. So she, again, comes from wealth and from prestige. And they, I've already forgotten what the circumstances were, but somehow they end up living a mother and daughter in this decrepit mansion. And they're just these really unique, really eccentric characters. They're real life people. I just always thought it was so interesting. So yeah, the documentary just shows their life in this, it's called Grey Gardens, and it's just this like decrepit man. And it's just, again, you have to see it. And part of this would be that I properly do all the research. And because I was also trying to explain it to my niece, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm missing a few things. I don't know how to properly present this. But anyways.
So what is your actual project?
So the actual project would be doing little videos online, whether it's YouTube or Instagram, and just little tidbits about, again, Hollywood history and pop culture and the cultural significance of these things. So
Got it.
yeah,
Okay.
but it, again, it just the whole thing was, how can I explain this to a teenager who doesn't really care, but like is like, okay, I guess I'll listen to what you have to say. And like in a little tidbit, how can I sell this like really interesting thing that, again, if you're familiar with Grey Gardens, you understand like the fascination behind it. So yeah, it was.
So what's the first step though? Like what?
The first step would be writing a script for it and doing the proper research. So because I've seen Grey Gardens over the years, but again, I just recently found out that one of the ladies is Jackie Kennedy's aunt, which is why it became so famous and why it blew up in the first place.
Got it.
So anyways, yeah, I just I don't know. There's all sorts of things in Hollywood history and pop culture references.
Yeah,
I've always loved it. And again, now we're back. And now I'm closer to my niece. I want to have my niece over for movie nights all the time. And I want to be able to give her kind of like, again, just like a little tidbit. Here's the history. This is why you should care.
Is she into it?
She seemed interested in it. She herself watched the Siegfried and Roy documentary the other day and decided that that's what she's going to be for Halloween, which I am obsessed with. She's 15 years old. She obviously, has never seen Siegfried and Roy, but she saw the documentary and was like, wow, that is fascinating. These people are crazy characters. And so I just want to, introduce her to a bunch of other pop culture and Hollywood history things. So,
Cool.
yeah, that was mine. What about you?
Well, so mine, well, I actually did this program a little bit earlier, and so I've actually kind of broken through and initiated mine. So I kind of like ended up riffing on like a secondary one, but you know me, like I don't need another thing after the other thing. So that said, I don't know, there's some good stuff coming out here. So I've been kind of toying with this idea that I had for another app, because for those of you following the Journal Party adventures here, I've, learned how to program, and that's why we have this new app and the new site and everything like that. And along the way, there's a lot, I love Journal Party and will still continue to do it. It's like my baby and my passion project and everything, but it's really complex and really complicated in a lot of ways, and that can present a lot of different challenges. And now that I'm like a little bit more experienced with the development of these sorts of things, I've got all sorts of ideas that I think would be really valuable and really fun, that are like way more simple and like way more easy to execute. But I haven't been doing them because I've been so in the weeds with Journal Party, and so I needed that to get to a certain point to where I could actually like lift my head up and maybe even consider adding anything into the mix or anything like that. And we've also just been nomads for the past like 3.5 months, which has been kind of crazy, and it's really hard to get your footing when you don't have your regular routines, your regular office and creative space and things like that. But that said, I guess I was feeling particularly motivated over the weekend, and did this program and launched into the development of my new app concept, which I built it. I made the whole thing. So pretty cool. It still needs to get approved by the Apple App Store. We'll see if I make a Google Play version. I know that we have a lot of Android folks who like Journal Party, so maybe I will. But the app is a gratitude journal app, and it's a little bit different. It's designed to be digital, which I know I'm very much a big proponent for pen and paper. But the way that the app works is whenever you go to doom scroll or open up, TikTok, Instagram, any of the apps that are like real big time and emotional kind of, pulls and draws on you, it uses the screen time feature on the iPhone to force you to write just something that you're grateful for. And so my thought was that like, all right, not all of the scrolling is unhealthy, but at the very least, like we should become a little bit more aware of it. And also, it's a really great opportunity to like introduce another habit, since the doom scrolling habit is very well worn for most of us. So I built the whole thing. It works. It's cool. And I've been using it myself. And it's crazy to just realize like how many times you open up these different programs just to doom scroll. It's like, oh man, it's like kind of annoying to like have to do something to open those apps. But I find that just writing one grateful thing is like not so annoying that I don't do it. And over time, I've got now a really cool gratitude log, and hopefully I can share that with all of you once the Apple folks approve of it. But I don't see why they wouldn't. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. And I think in addition to that, I need to make like all the social accounts for it so I can like, talk about it, which is, that's the stuff I'm really resisting.
Well, very cool. You did it though.
I did. So let's see. I'm going to close this main chat so I can feature some folks here. 1 second. And let's see. Okay. What did you guys put down here? Liz said, I need to write my bio to be printed for the election I'm running for. What are you running for? That's awesome.
Cool.
I always admire people who are willing to like go fight. Like, I mean, not that it's a fight. I don't know what it's watch. It's like, it's not.
Yeah, no, but I mean, to be
but if it's an
politician.
Elected position, it's something that you care about, and you're doing something about it, and that's awesome. So we'll send you the good juju. Geeky Witch says, I've been ignoring my normal blogging and I need to get back to it. I've been too worried about perfection and need to silence that.
Absolutely.
I know about that, and it drives me nuts. So, like, when I'm developing the apps and stuff, like, there's a lot of times where, like, maybe it's just because, like, I guess I really care. I think it comes from a good place, right? Like, you want to, if you're gonna work on something, you're gonna share it with people. Like, you want it to be good, but you know, oftentimes that can keep things from ever getting out there. And a lot of times, like, it needs to get out there so, like, you can really see what actually matters. Like, what are the things that you actually need to gate from release and stuff like that. And it's a working in progress. But yeah, I hope you get back on it. Definitely, perfectionism is its own gnarly little trap.
Absolutely.
Kathy said, lost it. There we go. The project is my creative corner. Capital C's. All right. Love proper nouns. Where I will have an organized desk where I can do all of my creative activities to help with my self-care / mental health creatively.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, yes,
Awesome.
yes.
How fun.
Anybody who's working on something, as somebody who works on a lot of things and, a lot of creative pursuits, and I think I get a lot done.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I've been challenged lately is because I don't have, like, my favorite, like, creative space. Like, it's so nice when you have that. I mean, everyone's got their own routines. Mine, I get up, I do my meditation, I have the coffee, I sit down, I journal, and then I'm, like, there, and all my stuff is, like, ready to rock, and I can just launch into it. And, you don't have to, like, I think it's, like, just, it removes a lot of the decisions or a lot of, like, the little stuff that, like, when it's like opening your computer or opening up to this tab or whatever, like, it doesn't sound daunting, but you do enough of those, or you have to, like, remember to do enough of those, and then suddenly by the time it's work time, you're fatigued. And so, yeah, whatever you can do to establish yourself and make it real easy to just do what you actually want to be doing, that is a really great
100%.
one. So yeah,
Good luck with
awesome
that, Kathy.
awesome idea. Gabby said, I was thinking about unfinished projects and start finishing the art projects that need to get done this year. I have this big art project just sitting there in the corner, and I'm willing to get it done. Okay, great.
Awesome. Well, good
Yeah.
luck. Yeah.
Create some space for it and do it. One of the things that I was writing about that I think super powerful is just the notion of creating time. And obviously we're not in control of, like, the speed of the sun and the earth and all of that stuff, but I do know that when I don't create time on my calendar, oftentimes you can just spend a little more extra time doing something you don't care about, or somebody could come to you and say, hey, I really need you to do this, and pull you out, and you end up doing that thing. But when I create time, I create a block on the calendar, it's easy to protect. It's in there somewhere. You don't
That's a
have to
great
think
idea.
about it all the time, but, like, I live and die by my calendar because there's a lot I want to get done, and I get real upset when I don't get it done and when stuff prevents me from getting it done. But who am I to get mad about that stuff if I didn't actually create that time and protect it? So that would be my suggestion for that, is just block out some time for that one particular project, and have it be your focus time, and we know you can get it done. I've seen some of your art, pretty good stuff. The question I have for you, Gabby, is it sounds like you work on multiple projects at once, which I do. Apparently it's not always the best idea for me, but I'm wondering, for artists, like someone who's a visual artist and stuff like that, and other visual artists out there, like, is it something where you can do multiple paintings at a time, or is it easier to, like, do one and then finish the next one? I'm just curious how you all work, or whether it's painting or writing or anything like that. I'm always eager to hear about other people's creative processes and what works for them. Gabby also said, I'm starting to get unfinished projects done.
Good for you.
Good. Yeah. And momentum's real too. I mean, and that's why I wanted to break things down into, like, the first meaningful step, because, often with these projects that we really want to do, like, you get excited about them. You think about all the different things, and, like, as exciting as they are, they can be overwhelming too. Like, I mean, the project you were describing, that sounds like a huge project if you want it to be, right?
Yeah, but I mean, to get it going and stuff, it certainly doesn't need to be, you know. And
Oh
you can
yeah,
do it in
there's
the
one
comfort.
step
Yeah.
that you can do at a time, and so it's like for for people who get stifled because they think like, oh, like it's gonna have to be way later or whatever. It's like, okay, well maybe there is that little bite-sized piece that you go for. That's why they say, what was it? The person who wrote that book, I think it was a naval captain wrote the idea. Yeah. Why, you don't want to be on camera?
No, because you're talking
Oh,
more today. So
you're looking. No one's on TikTok right now. They can't even see.
Okay. Well, we've got the TikTok camera set up, and we're not
all right.
in it.
All right. I'll try to. Here, we can be in there. There we go. Was said my first step is taking my bullet list and writing a sentence for each one.
Good
There
start.
you go. And thanks for saying it's a cool project. I just try to feature this, and there we go.
Oh,
Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah. Well, no doubt I'll be emailing everybody on Journal Party about it because it's a journal. It's still a journal. So, what were you pointing at? Oh, that was for you. I was tooting my own horn.
You're like, oh, great.
I was tooting my own horn.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness! Thank you for humbling me.
No, I mean, they're great ideas.
Really
but-
good idea.
Yeah,
Here,
no.
you talk.
No, my idea obviously isn't completely,
It is a cool project.
yeah, it's
And
something.
I'm sorry for
No, it's
claiming it as
okay.
mine.
No, it's okay.
No.
Back to you.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Jackie Klaus. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm writing an autobiography for my children when they're older about my life, just so they can understand the experiences. But I lost all of my work and I've been putting off restarting.
Oh, Jackie.
Oh, I know that pain. I've had that
Ugh.
happen. You ever like get real far in something you're writing and
Yep.
you didn't save it, or something stupid happens? Oh my gosh, like I made so much music during the pandemic that like I was really proud of, and somehow like it's gone. And it's like I still remember the songs, but it was like, all
Yeah.
those decisions. So, I'm not going to act like that's not a big deal, because it totally is. So, do
And
whatever
that
you
takes
got to
the
do.
wind out of your sails, and I understand that just even getting restarted, I mean, that's daunting. So totally understand that.
And
When you're
okay to
through those
mourn
steps.
that
Yeah.
a little bit, but maybe that's like the universe's way of just like testing, like how bad do you really want to to bring this out there. And I mean, the other thing, I guess, this is such a dumb thing that I'm thinking of, but I'm thinking of like times where like I've played like a video game and like then you don't make it, you die, but you remember all of the moves, and then you do better the next time. So maybe like that was just a first pass, and to get it all out, to like get those creative juices flowing. And I mean, the actual intent behind it is so sweet and so thoughtful that like I want you to like I want you to find that work. Like I'm if that's possible, like, can we just put that out there, everyone? Like, let her find it. If not,
Well, Jackie, I'm sure you already know this, but there are programs, and I gifted it to my mom, called Storyworth, where you answer specific questions. It prompts you. So essentially, it would be like a guided journaling kind of situation. But that might be a nice way to start gathering, being prompted and gathering those memories. And from there, you can expand on it to write your autobiography. But it's wonderful because, there's so many things about our parents that we don't know and their upbringing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what eventually my mom, gives to us. So just keep in mind, there are some great programs available to help with it. Storyworth, I believe, is the one that I gifted to my mom, but that might make the starting to collect information a little bit easier and
well,
and
also
easier
I'm reminded
jumpstart.
I actually did write a memoir builder program. I just haven't released it, so that should be my my
Well,
see.
check that,
I
Jackie,
got too many
yeah.
things going on.
You've got way
Well,
too many things.
Yeah, in Storyworth, I think it's like $70 or something like that.
Damn.
But the one that we have probably won't be as expensive. So I don't know when that will be released, but when it does, we'll make it known. And there we use kind of the same thing, the power prompts to prompt you about the different ways, different memories that you want to capture for the intent of putting together a bit of a memoir. So I'll see if I can see if I got the time to get that going. I actually already made it. I just need to do the proofreading. I gotta create time, as I would say to myself, right? So yeah, well, I hope that goes well. It's such a sweet thought.
Yeah.
Gosh, I keep clicking the wrong little icon. All right. Kathy says, the biggest catch is moving and assembling furniture for the corner. A starting point would be organizing my bookshelf with my journal and motivational books. Awesome.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, surround yourself with all the stuff that lights you up for sure. Linda said, sounds exciting, not projects. Kathy said, I have everything I need to do the project. Just need time and muscle power to lift and move the furniture. Well, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Don't injure yourself. Take it nice and slow.
We need you here.
A little bit here and there, not all at once.
June says, fear too. Yeah, I mean, fear can that can absolutely stifle you. I mean, yeah. I was so afraid to bring Journal Party out and to start advertising it to people because I mean, let's be honest, like a lot of times like people have opinions and are loud about them and they can hurt your feelings and stuff like that. But I think one of the things that we've kind of discovered in some of our other sessions is sometimes you got to let the opinions of others be none of your business and do your own thing. And June, I get the sense that you kind of march to your own beat. So I think hopefully you can overcome any fear that might be getting in your way. Let's see. Liz says, I have to go. I'm helping care for an elderly gentleman. Aww. It's really sweet, but I really enjoyed this. I had changed my username, but thanks again for another great Journal Live.
So wonderful having you.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Let's see. Geeky Witch. Kathy, I cannot wait to be able to reset my creative space and make my cozy little nook. Oh, that's right. You're doing a move too, right? We had a few people in the midst of moving. Must just be some in the air.
'Tis the season, I guess.
I just heard that Mercury is out of retrograde, yes. So we can't even use that as an excuse anymore. It's just time to step into our power.
That's right.
Jackie, thank you for the encouragement. And June says, thank you, Alex. Awesome.
I'm so excited for all of us to kind of get these projects moving and grooving. I know again, just this whole, kind of being nomad thing, like without a designated space, it's really hard to buckle down and really be creative and really be fully mindful. So we should all work on having at least, a little corner of a room just to ourselves where we can do all of our favorite things, be our creative selves. So best of luck on
that. Well, and not everybody has space. And so, I think for that, like getting creative helps, and you do what you can and, visualize the ideal creative space, and hopefully, everything permitting, your circumstances can improve if that's the case. But even digitally, like one of the things that has been helpful for me, there's a way where like on Google Chrome, for example, you can have it where you open it and it automatically opens certain tabs, right? And so if there's certain tools that you use, if there's certain websites that you need to accomplish what you need to do, there's all sorts of little ways to kind of nudge you in the right direction, hack that kind of stuff, so that it takes a lot of mental like capacity and RAM, and when you're all those little decisions that you have to make, they really are fatiguing. So anything that you can do to just kind of put yourself in the groove, I think you guys get the right idea. Let's see, Kathy said, my son is my muscle power, but his schedule isn't aligning with mine. Okay, well, that
eventually
that's what is. But I think let him know how important it is to you, and yeah, I mean, moms are so good at guilt tripping. Now, I don't want to encourage bad, but I don't know. I believe you're going to pull it off. June says, thanks for another great night. I just got a dog after my dog passed away.
Aw.
Sorry, we know how that goes. So I had to pay attention. Yeah, absolutely.
That's
well,
great. Congrats.
congrats
June.
on
I
the new
know.
dog. And, you know, I'm so sorry to hear about, you know, the late passing or whatever, but, you know, what a blessing. They such wonderful creatures, like wonderful teachers, wonderful energy. And, you know, I hope this next pup, you know, just lights your world up. Jackie said, I'm kind of motivated and excited to try using my program again and get some more writing in.
Nice.
There
That's
you go.
awesome.
Yeah, you know, follow that thread, ride the wave a little bit, and you know, don't burn yourself out. You know, you have time as much as time is like the most, you know, precious resource and definitely finite. You know, I think one of the things personally is I start to freak myself out thinking I don't have time, and then I'm rushing through everything, and then the quality of everything suffers. So, you know, everything everything I think will present itself accordingly for you there. And just you know, yeah, follow that thread, follow like whatever lights you up. And you know, I think maybe they light us up so that we can, you know, pass that light on to others. And at least that's the kind of the way I view creative work. It's like, why would this inspiration come to me? And you know, I think everybody's different. Like we're all lit up by different things. But you know, I'm often so lit up by other people's passions as well. And so even though it's not the thing that like was my fire to spread, I think well, we shouldn't talk about spreading fires these days.
Please
right?
no.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, it is such a gift to share the things that light you up with the world. So everyone, I hope that you found this motivating. I hope that you found it clarifying, that you have an understanding and a plan for what you want to do, even if that plan is to put something on the shelf because there's something more important. Sometimes that is actually the case, right? So, you know, I think with any of these things, we all just have to take a look inside. We all know our own personal histories and our own personal truths, and, you know, being honest with ourselves, facing the truth. And, you know, sometimes the truth is that there is a really good idea inside of you that you haven't really given an opportunity yet. And so really excited to see what comes from this group. And please, as you do these things, drop them in the Facebook group, share with us, and let us see what it is that lights your world up. All right, folks. I think, yep, we're getting to the top of the hour here. So it's been a wonderful journal party. I think we're gonna, you know, we heard that the bartender here is the best bartender in Burbank in 2006. So I need to see what kind of old fashioned this guy makes.
2026, probably.
What did I say? 2006?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. It's time, folks. It's time. All right, party people. What would I do without
Well, me just correcting you at all times. It's my favorite thing to do.
You know? All right, folks. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your week. And as always,
Party on.